issuing the electoral bonds was to ensure clean money comes to politics and there is a trace of the money. The only bank which has got close to 80% of its depositors' money returned is the Guru Raghavendra Bank. Congress in Karnataka is essentially fighting elections to build careers for their children.
But you also have a political background. Your Ravi Subramanya is your uncle. Hi Surya, my first question is, what is your contribution to the constituency? Can you name a few programs which you implemented?
Brother, the very first challenge that we addressed was the COVID pandemic. So during the COVID pandemic, we ran the country's largest oxygen concentrator bank, supplied oxygen to more than 2,000 patients, even in the middle of the night, and saved lives. We revamped 4 defunct hospitals, added 350 oxygen beds, and augmented the capacity, medical capacity in the constituency. At a time when around 400 to 4,000, 40,000 to 50,000 cases were being reported every day, and there was a very opaque and unaccountable system of allotting beds. There was black marketing of beds that was going on. I brought out the whole irregularity out in 100 hours, fixed the whole system, and made sure that people could make a booking for a bed or make access to a bed affordable, transparent. We did that during the COVID. More than 4 lakh houses. We reached out with rations, kits, etc. Once we were out of the pandemic, the priority was to get sanctions on long pending infrastructure projects for Bengaluru. Suburban Rail project that was pending from 40 years, I got it approved. The satellite town ring road, we have completed 80 kilometers over 268 kilometers. And this entire conception, ideation, execution has happened in the last 5 years. Metro rail was, we have added the approval for the airport line metro, 54 kilometers airport line metro. Worked on expediting yellow line metro. Through open purple line metro, the completed portion of the purple line metro. More than 8 lakh people are using metro every day in Bengaluru. We also built the Bengaluru International Airport in the last 5 years. We also got the
Terminal 2 you're talking about.
Yeah, Terminal 2. It happened in the last 5 years. We built the airport Terminal 2. US consulate for Bengaluru was a long pending demand. So I got that approved. I also got a NI office, branch office opened in Bengaluru to keep Bengaluru safe and protect the city. When people were stuck across the world during the COVID crisis and during the Ukraine-Russia war crisis, more than 2,500 of our constituents, we ensured their safety and return evacuation safely. When Guru Raghavendra Bank had a big issue, 78% of the depositors today have got their monies back.
Yeah, I have a separate question on that.
I'm telling you what we already done. So 78% of the depositors, I made sure got 5 lakh rupees, that is all of their deposit amount back. When Mantri Serenity project was stuck, we got 1,500 odd crores from SWAMIH funds and made sure that 2,000 people got their homes constructed, their entire lifetime savings are saved. So these are just some of the highlight ones. We have the largest network of Janaushadhi Kendras in the country. I have 132 plus Janaushadhi Kendras. There was 14 when I got elected. More than 2 lakh people use Janaushadhi Kendras in our constituency today. 44,000 people in our constituency have got PM Swanidhi loans. So the weakest, the poorest of the poor. So this is what in nutshell we have done. There's more, but for paucity of time.
So do you think not holding BBMP elections, because successive governments did not hold BBMP elections, have created sense of disappointment among the people in Bangalore?
Personally speaking, I am in favor of holding local body elections as regularly as elections to Assembly and Parliament happens, because that is the most important tier of municipal governance, where people's issues are catered to at the very first level.
And so when BJP was in power in the state, I mean, most of the civic issues was, appears to be went unaddressed because a lot of flooding happened in Madhepura constituency. So what was your involvement? I mean, were you in touch with the state people with regard to flooding, with regard to civic woes, stormwater drain?
So basically, you mentioned Mahadevpura. Mahadevpura strictly doesn't fall in my parliamentary
Yeah,
constituency.
yeah.
Therefore, my direct involvement as such is not there. But here we are in Koramangala, just 2 roads away from
Yeah,
here
yeah.
is the Sony World signal,
Yes.
the Maharaja signal. So this particular area was also prone to flooding. And from the last 3 years, 3.5 years, there is no complaint of flooding here. You can go take your camera, check with the people here. It was because I made 2 interventions. From a long time, people wanted to build the civic authorities wanted to construct a stormwater drain to carry the rainwater from here to Bilandur Lake, but we were not getting permissions from the defense to take the
Okay.
drain inside the defense land. So I got the required permissions from the defense land, got those approvals, planned for a long-term strategy of making sure that we build stormwater drains in this area in such a way that there is not going to be a repeat flooding. Though this is specific civic body work,
Okay.
and directly not like the member of parliament's
Yeah, yeah,
responsibility.
yeah.
As people's representative, I took it upon myself to get this done. So last 3 years, while you still hear instances elsewhere, there's no flooding in Koramangala and this part of my constituency because I intervened it and fixed a long time solution.
And do you think electoral bond issue is a setback for the BJP, and will it resonate in the elections?
No, because people understand that the intent behind issuing the electoral bonds was to ensure clean money comes to politics and there is a trace of the money.
Yeah.
So, well, the Supreme Court in its wisdom has given this particular judgment. I'm confident that whenever there is going to be, an appeal or a review or whatever, whenever that happens, or people will reflect upon this issue, they will realize that electoral bonds was a better mechanism to bring in accountability, clean money into the political system than suitcase of cash and gunny bags of
Because
unaccounted
only after
cash.
the insistence of the court, the SBI revealed the names of the
Yeah, because
purchasers of the bond.
well, no, now that they have released it's the matter is over. But the very premise of electoral bonds was that the donors would be kept in anonymity because of obvious reasons that they would be subject to political vendetta and targeting. So perhaps that may have been the reason. And people are also asking whether it is appropriate for such retrospective going back on the government's word. So anyway, that's a matter that the court has already decided. So there's no point in discussing.
So what happened at Guru Raghavendra Bank, and why some of the depositors were unhappy with you when you held the meeting with the depositors?
Depositors are not unhappy. The depositors are very grateful.
Okay.
Other than a few Congress planted stooges.
Okay.
I want you. You are a veteran journalist. Tell me, in your experience, one cooperative bank which has gone bankrupt, close to 80% of its depositors getting all their monies cleared. Tell me, brother.
None. Mostly none.
Yes. The only bank which has got close to 80% of its depositors' money returned is the Guru Raghavendra Bank. Now, why did that happen? I got the amendment done, pushed for the amendment done to the Banking Regulation Act at the Parliament. For the first time, we brought all cooperative banks under the RBI's control. Second, we increased the deposit insurance amount from 50,000 rupees to 5 lakh rupees and made sure that the monies are deposited to the account of the depositors within 90 days. So close to 758 crores worth deposit insurance is transferred directly to accounts of about 36,000 odd depositors. So there is no other instance in at least Karnataka's history that I know where any MP, any minister, any MLA has made interventions at these levels, fought inside the court to appoint an administrator, fought inside parliament for the sake of depositors, and got 758 crores sanctioned and distributed and got 80%, saved 80% of the people's. So I'll give you the video, and I insist, if you really want to put the real picture out, the two people who created the ruckus, one person is a committed Congress worker. Okay? Because you have asked me the question, you also have a duty to present the truth. So I will give you the picture of the lady who created the ruckus. She is a committed Congress worker, seen her pictures with all Congress leaders. The second person is seen making a video call from that meeting that we had called to Congress leaders, and he's seen taking directions on how to create more ruckus and chaos. It was unfortunate that the Congress has resorted to such steep, petty politics, which is inconveniencing senior citizens who had come to that meeting, women who had come to that meeting.
But Soumya Reddy is saying you are peddling lies, and she is saying you will face a defamation case.
Well, we will see her when the defamation case is, see, we will sort that out. The biggest court is the People's Court, and on the 4th of June, people of Bengaluru will give answers to all these questions. So I am confident of what the verdict is going to be in the People's Court, because we have, with all humility, worked for our people.
So how are you, on a lighter note, how are you handling the heat in Bangalore? Because it's 37 degrees now, sometimes 36, 37.
It's difficult. It's hard work, but we
And is it possible to bring out the voters?
I am, wherever I'm going, I'm appealing to people, because last time Bengaluru South had a poor voter turnout of just 53%.
Yeah.
I'm making ardent requests everywhere to please come out and vote in big numbers. Requesting people to come out as early as possible and vote before the
Noon.
before noon, so that it's much more pleasant. So I really hope and pray that people come out and vote.
Last question: how confident are you of winning the election against Soumya Reddy? Because Soumya Reddy is daughter of Ramalinga Reddy, who also has a name in the constituency.
Brother, I'll tell you, today in Karnataka, out of 28 parliamentary seats, in 12 seats, Congress has fielded children of sitting ministers. In 12 out of 28 seats. Congress in Karnataka is essentially fighting elections to build careers for their children. I am here fighting to build the nation and build careers for the youth of the nation. While the Congress's approach towards elections, starting from Rahul Gandhi to our constituency, is to somehow settle the careers of their children. We are trying to win the elections so that we can contribute to nation building.
But you also have a political background. Your Ravi Subramanya is your uncle.
It has nothing to do with my politics, brother. Before I became MLA, before I became MP,
Yeah.
nobody knew that I have my uncle who is in politics. All over the country, people know me for my work. It so happens that he is also an MLA. There's a difference. People understand, what is what. I'm very confident that people will bless us again, because they know the intent behind our work, the objective behind our work. We are here for nation building. We are here for a larger impersonal ambition. And I'm very confident that people will bless us with a bigger margin than last time's victory.
Thank you very much, Surya.